Hi guys, this time I want to present you yet with another one, jQuery script for resizing images. This script will allow you to resize all images on your website or in some particular section of your website to a specific size. In my case, I created the script to actually minimize all images. So basically what it does, it makes thumbnails from all images, from all bigger images, and then it allows user to click these thumbnails and to zoom in into the picture. So basically what I need is something like that. So this picture, original size of this picture is bigger, so this script scaled down this image into the width of 700 pixels, but I can click it and it is displayed in full size, and it is you can see that I am on the forum and I am scrolled down. It is displayed at the scroll position. Yes, so if I go down, there's another picture, bam, there it is, right? And I close it by clicking on it. I have prepared a prototype and I will lead you guys step by step through all the stages, how to implement the script, what it does, and possible ways to change it. I hope you guys will find it useful. So here is a prototype website. It's very simple. It contains just a few pictures. They are not arranged in any fashion. It's just few pictures pasted, and then I put some content just to have scrollable page. There is a picture below, and this prototype implements the basic functionality of the script. So each of those images is bigger in size, but they have been all these pictures have been scaled down to thumbnails by this jQuery script. And when I click on it, I am being presented with this image in full size. And in case of this prototype, below this picture there is a layer with 50% transparency, which doesn't allow me to do anything with what is below of this picture, right? When I click on the picture, it is closed. I am back on my site, but when I open it, nothing. I cannot access anything that is benefit. And notice that this layer below the picture, it spreads, it covers all the page. So, and also like I presented you before on the forum, the picture is being displayed depending on your scroll position. So like here it will be like this, right? So very simple. And okay, so this is the prototype. Let's see from the what is inside of this prototype. So it's a very simple HTML website. You have to put, of course, reference to the jQuery library. You have to put the reference to your script, which does all the job of minimizing the pictures and allowing user to click and to zoom in and so on. There is the reference to CSS style sheet, which is required in that case for putting proper styles. And there's the content of our website. What is important in case of this prototype is this DAV, because this is the DAV which normally when you're browsing through your website is not visible because the style display is known. However, when you click on it, this DIV is used for displaying the image. So when you click on the image, this node is actually made visible, and it has position absolute. So it has position absolute and dimensions which cover all the page. So that makes user unable to click under the zoomed image, and the image you click is actually put into this div, right, and displayed in its full size. But normally, for now, it's not visible. I'll explain it to you guys later. What else? Because this layer below zoomed image covers all the page, there are two things quite important here. This div has to be 100% in height, right? So all the parent elements have to be 100% height. So body has to be 100% height, and the HTML has to have position relative and mean height attribute defined. Okay, and what else? The rest is just content. So in my case, this script actually is looking only into div container with ID, div node with ID container. So if I have any images that would be outside of this div container, right, the script would not scale them. Like so, let's give you an example. Right, so this script scales only, and this image is also not clickable. These are clickable, this one is not. So my script is only looking into this container div, right? So what I have here are just a few pictures, and then there is this content which just fills the page. So there's a scroll bar and there's also some image below, and that's it. So very simple. Nothing fancy. The beauty of this script and jQuery is that it is very simple, it is very light, and you can implement it to every website and to every forum within minutes. And then you can change it however you want. It's really, you don't have to play with any mods, you don't have to be dependent on any advanced development and stuff. You know, it's so simple, you can really just need a few minutes to implement functionality that gives all the job for you. Okay, so let me show you the script. You can see a few lines here, but really it's really simple. So let's start from the beginning. The first thing you have to know is that how scaling is done. Okay. So the script, where is this? Okay. So we have a jQuery, and all the stuff is done when the document is ready, when the page is loaded, simply. And the scaling is done when the page is loaded by these two, let's say, calls. Each of them is calling to same function. Basically those two calls, they make the same thing. I'm not sure if you saw my other video about simply scaling, automatically scaling images, because you know this one is fired when the image is loaded. This one simply looks through all images in the container div, and each of those have the same result. But I use both of them because both of them work properly in absolutely most of browsers. Because I'm not sure which, but one of those was not working correctly in Firefox, and one of those was not working correctly in Chrome, and so. But the combination of these two makes best result. So these are used for scaling. So basically, when page is loaded, this one is looking through all images within container div and is firing this function, and this one is firing this function when each image in this container is loaded, right? This function has two arguments. One of them is the image object itself, and the second argument is the size the image should be resized to, and this is the width, right? So let's have a look at this function. Okay. So I have just declared some variables here, and they are simply not that important. I have a few variables which are just for holding the name of the classes and properties, because they are used in a couple of places. So it's better to have variable, because if I change it in one place, then I don't have to care about the rest. Anyway, what this function does, it's in case the actual image width is greater than the one specified by this argument. So in case of this prototype, it's 200. What we are doing, we are simply we are setting the width of the picture to this maximum size, and we are calculating the ratio and multiplying the height by this ratio, and as a result we are receiving dimensions of smaller picture, right? So basically these three lines, it's all that you need to have your pictures scaled. Okay, but there's some further stuff going on, and all this is for zooming. So at this point here, to this line, the picture is already scaled. Okay, what we are doing here, we are simply preparing the picture for the user to be able to scale it, to zoom into it. Okay, so what we are doing, the idea that I had to take care of this, let me show you, was that I have to, because this image is scaled, but somehow I have to remember the original size and dimensions of this image. So I am actually remembering all the original size in the class attribute. So I am putting the classes into the class, the styles into the class, and they are called ort width and number, and this number is actually the original width of this picture, and ort height number, and this number is the original height of this picture, and another class which can be enlargeable or shrinkable. Enlargeable means that when you click on it, this picture will be zoomed in, it will be enlarged. So I click on it, as you can see, this image has been inserted into this div, and it has class shrinkable, and shrinkable means that when I click on it, this content of this div will be purged and it will be made invisible again, right? So very simple. So what I do here is I am actually looking if the picture that the current picture that is being processed, if it has the class attributes, because if it doesn't, then I am simply filling it with this ort width or ort height and enlargeable class names. But if it has already, because maybe you have some pictures on your website that already have some class names which make them look the way you want them to look, and in that case I cannot simply overwrite your classes. I have to add additional classes to already existing classes. So in that case I am just simply looking if picture has class defined in its HTML node. In case it's not defined, and I have those original width and height ready, because I have read them, I am simply adding these classes, right? So ort width and plus original width, and ort height plus original height, and this class enlargeable, which I will later use for enlarging the image. So the final result is this, right? So ort width and the original size that was read by the script, it will look exactly like this. In case the class exists, so it's not undefined, I am simply looking if there already is this org width or height style within this class, and if there is not, I am adding it by add class methods, and the same goes for the height, and the same goes for the enlargeable. And in case of an enlargeable, if there is no enlargeable, I am adding the enlargeable, but just in case I'm removing the shrinkable, right? And that's it. So this simply in case the image is bigger than expected, so it needs to be scaled down. These lines take care of scaling down, and these lines take care of preparing image to be zoomed in by simply defining the class attribute content, right? So now what happens when you so far we described what happens when you open the page or refresh it, because all this this method does, this scale pick clickable, is that it simply goes through each of those images and it checks if each of them is bigger than those 200 pixels, and if it is scaling this picture down and it's filling the class attribute. Okay, to remember the original width, original height, and add the enlargeable style for further processing. Now, what takes care of zooming? So when I click, I zoom, right? And one more thing, when I hover over the picture, as you can see, the pointer changes, right? And this is of course done by the CSS. So there is an enlargeable style defined, and all it does, it simply changes cursor to pointer. That's it. Now, how to handle clicking and zooming? So I am using jQuery, so I just have to take care of click on object which is of the class enlargeable, right? So let's look at the script, and there you go. This part takes care of zooming. So when you click, it simply looks if you did perform click event on something which is on of enlargeable class. In our case, the image node will be of enlargeable class. And what we are doing here, we are simply we are reading the image object, we are reading the class attribute of this image, and these are just simply variables for the strings, so I don't have to repeat string every time. I'm just using the variable. And in case our object has a class attribute defined, we are processing further. And okay, the class attribute for each HTML node, it can contain many styles, and they are always divided by the white space, right? So I am simply splitting, and I am looking in this for loop. I am looking through each class, and in case this class is begins with org height, then I know that this is my class, and I am simply making substring to get rid of this part. And in case of width, I am getting rid of this part. So all that remains is the number, so the original size, original width, and original height. So what I do is like in case of this image, I am taking org width 800 and I am removing org width, so only 800 remains. So original width is 800, right? So at this point I should have org width and org height defined, and in case of that picture it would be 800 and 600. Okay, so now okay, this actually, guys, it's not it's not needed. So now I am this part simply gets to to this div node, which will be used for displaying the images, and this is this one. By default it's not visible, so I am at here I am making it visible. I am simply changing the style to display true. Now it's visible. And it is also very vital to know that this div, its position absolute, so it because it's just after the body node, then it will start at the beginning of the page, and top, bottom, left, right, they are set to zeros. So it's quite important, because the combination of this setting let's say alignments to borders, so to top, to bottom, to left, to right, so it should stick to each of the sides of the screen. And because you have defined body as 100% and HTML as min height 100% and position relative, it will fill all the whole page. So here the zoom img div layer is everything below this zoomed image, everything that is let's say grayed, this darker background. This is the div zoom img node. As you can see, it has filled all the page, and you cannot click. When you click, you actually click on this node, and because it has no content in place where you are clicking, nothing happens. Everything is below this layer, so it makes everything inactive. Okay, so I am simply at this point I am displaying the this layer below our zoomed image. Now I am creating new image. I am creating new image object, and I am using all values from the image that user clicked on. So I am defining some ID of this image. I am the source of the image I am taking from the original image, and I am inputting this image into the zoom img div, right? So as you can see here, this is empty, but when I click on the image, it has been input into this div, right? So this is what this line does actually. It creates new image and it inputs it into this div. I am also taking care of the position of this image, and it simply takes value from the scrolling position of your website and adds some 50% so it looks better. So when you have a website with without scrolling, it will simply always display like 50 pixels from the top, but when you are on the forum or some larger website, it will display always where user expects it to be displayed, right? Okay, what else? Okay, I am defining the original width and original height of this image, and so it is zoomed simply because these are the original dimensions. I am defining the position of this image, and I am removing enlargeable CSS style. So if user clicks on this image, it will not perform the same functionality, but I am adding shrinkable style to classes. So it will define actually our different. It will actually be responsible for closing this zoomed image, right? So I am clicking on the image, and this is the image. Okay, as you can see, it has the size defined correctly, and these are the original size. It's 50% from the top, and it has class shrinkable. Now, how do I close this image? What happens if I click? Why it closes? It's simply I am I handle the click event within zoom image div of any object that is of shrinkable class, but in our case this is our zoomed image, and all I do, I am simply purging all content from this zoom img node. So I will delete this what is marked here, so our created image for zooming, and I will make this div be invisible again, so it will be as when you enter the page for the website for the first time. Sorry, the display will be known, so this will be not visible for the user, and that's it. So the idea is actually very simple, and it works surprisingly well. I have used it on a couple of websites, on a couple of forums, and really it's kind of cool. I know not always use this layer below zoomed picture, that it is not allowing me to click underneath the picture, but in most cases I use it. So simply we have a few parts here. So first part is you enter the website, and you have defined these sizes for your needs, right? So the website is scaling all images that have dimensions greater than this width defined by you, and it's scaling all the pictures to fit this dimension. Okay, and so this is the first step. The second step is all those pictures are already have been prepared, so they have the class which contains the original width, original height, and this enlargeable style, and this means that any image that has enlargeable style, when you click on it, it will be processed for zooming. So I click on the picture, and it is actually new picture, and which is inserted into this node, into this layer that has been hidden but is not hidden anymore. And this layer makes for users impossible to click below it, right? And this picture is no longer an enlargeable class, it is now shrinkable class. And the third step is that all images that are shrinkable class, when you click on them, this layer, this covering layer, will be purged, it will have no content anymore, and it will be made invisible again. So you are back to the starting point. And one more thing, the styles. This okay, so the shrinkable picture. So shrinkable picture is the picture which is already zoomed and displayed to the user. So there are so the margins are auto, so the picture is actually centered. The cursor is pointer, so when you are hovering over this picture, you have the different pointer, and it's just for better user experience, and that basic stuff, right? So positioning and this border to make it look better, and that's it. But one more thing, this layer below the image, as you can see, it is gray. I'm not using for this prototype HTML5 yet, so I just used the background, which is PNG with 50% with BG Zoom PNG graphic file, which is actually black content with 50% transparency, and this is why, you know, it's been great. So that's it. I hope you guys enjoy it. I will put this prototype package in the comments. I will put the link to it so you can download it and use it for your needs. I hope you like it and you'll find it useful. Thanks for watching, and take care.